Well, it's good, YouTube. Um, got a Smith & Wesson M&P 40. Um, as you can see, I did a little bit of work to it. It's polished. I did the slide, the barrel, the mags, and the little takedown lever. Took me about 8 hours combined. A little safety check real quick. All clear. And yeah, it was pretty simple actually. All I really used was Dremel, sandpaper, and some polish, obviously. But I started off with the barrel. I wanted a stainless barrel since I got the gun. I got it about 2 weeks ago, and I got looking around online for new barrels, stainless barrels, and the cheapest one I could find on there was like 169 bucks, or cheapest quality one I could find was 169 bucks, and I didn't really want to pay that, so I got looking around and found a guy on YouTube that was showing. He did a great job on showing you how to polish a gun barrel, so I did mine and was happy with the way it came out. And then I moved on to the magazines. I was real happy with those, how those turned out, and a couple days later I got up the guts to do the slide. I haven't seen another gun like this. It's a pretty simple thing to do to make your gun stand out a little bit so it doesn't look like everybody else's. I took off the sights on this slide to work on it because it's so much easier not to have to work around these, and I wanted to leave the sights black just to give it a little bit of a accent. The rear sights, you just knock out, that's an Allen wrench. Take that little set screw out and then knock the slide out left or right. But you got to be careful because then right underneath the right side of this sight is a spring that goes to that button right there. It's your firing pin lock. If you knock your sight out, that spring is going to go flying, and it's really hard to find. I wouldn't know. But the front sight only gets knocked out from left to right. If you try and knock it out from right to left, this is beveled, and you're just going to smash that sight into a smaller crevice, and it's going to be really hard to get out. If you take it out from left to right and give it 3 or 4 solid blows with a hammer and a punch, it's going to come right out. It's really a simple thing to do. I think it only cost me about 20 bucks, but I already had the Dremel, and I think I bought this Dremel a couple of years ago, and I got it for 20 bucks on sale. And it's just a Black & Decker RTX. All Dremel tips fit this Black & Decker rotary tool, so there's really no issue about trying to find Black & Decker tips. I mean, they're all pretty much so universal. Yeah, this one has 3 speeds, but most of the time you only use low, so then you can probably pick up a cheap Dremel plain Jane for 40 bucks maybe. And this kit I bought, I use my Dremel for everything, but I went ahead and bought this kit. It was 20 bucks. It has all these little tips, all these discs. Comes with 4 polishing wheels, which is convenient. 4 more smaller diameter polishing wheels, and this is a pointy polishing wheel. It goes right there, but every Dremel kit that I've seen, most of them come with their own little bar polish. This bar was probably 1.5 inches long when I got this kit, and I used up pretty much all of it, but it serves its purpose well. I mean, it got all the whole gun done for me, so pretty happy with that. Um, this is a buffing wheel that used to look like this. So you can see I put some time in with that buffing wheel. And this is the abrasive wheel that you would use to strip the paint off of the slide and, well, all the parts. You would strip off the paint with that abrasive wheel, and they're only like $3.50 to replace. You get a 2-pack for $3.50. But after you strip all the paint off down to bare metal, it's gonna look almost like a brush finish. But then you're going to take your 600 grit waterproof sandpaper, and I say waterproof because it's so much better to wet sand these parts than it is to just dry sand it, because if you don't wet sand it, you're gonna find that you're gonna be running through sheets and sheets of sandpaper, because it gets clogged up really easy if you don't wet sand it. What I did one night, I was bored, so I sat down in front of the TV and got a glass of water, set it in front of me, and I would sand for a little bit until I could feel it lose its bite, and then I would dip the sandpaper in a glass of water and rub it and get the metal clog out of there, and then I would go back to it. It seemed to work really well. I mean, good way to burn some time if you're just sitting around watching TV. But yeah, you just hit it all with that really well and get all the imperfections out of it that you can see with the 600, and then you'll move down to 2000 grit sandpaper. This hardly has any bite on it. I mean, it's just enough to let you know it's there. And you'll go over that again. That's going to give it that real fine brushed finished look, which is what you want. And that's going to get all the imperfections out of that metal. And then you will go to your Dremel kit, get out your buffing wheel and your attachment, stick it in your Dremel, take your polish stick, and when your Dremel's on, this is almost like a hard wax, so while your Dremel's on and spinning, you'll just put it up against there and melt some of it on there and go to town. After you get done with that, you leave your buffing wheel on your Dremel, and by then it should look almost finished. But this is where this comes in handy. This is mag and aluminum polish. You can get it at Walmart for $5. You just leave your buffing wheel on there, take a little bit of this, dab your finger in there and put it on whatever part of the gun you're working on. This stuff is almost, it's not a real thick paste, so if you stick your Dremel in there while it's running, it's just going to fling it all over the room. So just take your finger, put it in there and smear it on whatever part that you're wanting to do, and hit it with your Dremel. Always make sure you're going in the same direction, which is front to back. You never want to cross sand or cross polish, because you will see it. After you get done with that, you can get your sights put back in and this whole thing put back together. I've seen another video on YouTube. I did the fingernail polish inlay on the letters. I don't know how well you can see it there, but that's what that is. Looks really slick up against the shiny, almost chrome. Yeah, it's a pretty simple thing to do. If I did leave something out that you want to know, let me know. Comment below or inbox me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. It's a pretty simple thing to do, pretty cheap thing to do to separate your gun from everybody else's. But yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, like I said, comment below. Thanks for watching.